Hello and welcome to this week's Pandey Politics. We have with us senior journalist and CEO of Chanakya, Mr. Rangaraj Pandey. Vanakkam and welcome, sir. Sir, I want to start with, before coming to Tamil Nadu, I want to start with the release of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal in the CBI case. There is still an ED case of filed for PMLA, which is still going on, and they AAP has said that they're going to ask for relief from that as well. But as far as the CBI case is concerned, it is about the formation of excise policy in Delhi, and the court has not only released or given relief to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal and 21 others, including him, 21 others, but has also categorically said CBI has framed him and has not done justice, and it has ordered, in fact, recommended probe into the investigation officer of the case. Are the government agencies, as quoted by oppositions in many states, being used for political vendetta?
At least the 3-4 points are there in this question and issue, but let me try to address as brief as possible. One, so if the primary CBI case is quashed, obviously the ED case also will be in a challenge. So I don't know what happened to CBI. Surprisingly, they lost the case. And this is what exactly said by O.P. Saini, who was the judge of 2G case. So Mr. Justice O.P. Saini said, I was waiting all the years, every day, 9 to 6, but no proof against Mr. Raja given to me. So that is what the case. Obviously, that's going to be a big embarrassing and challenge to the ruling government. Even though we call that CAG, Election Commission, CBI, EDR, all are independent bodies. Obviously, we know and people will believe that obviously central government's influence will be there. So if CBI is getting a bad name, that will reach to the central government itself. We were aware previously in the UPA government 1 and 2, when in UPA 2 government, when the Supreme Court criticized CBI as a cage parrot of the previous UPA government. So obviously that sort of criticism may come again also. So the central government as well as the boss of the agencies should decide and extensively work well before putting a case, not after making the case. And in the practice we experienced, if the trial court decides something, most of the cases that will be upheld by the Supreme Court also. You have seen we witnessed the same in J. Jayalalitha, Madam J. Jayalalitha's wealth case. Michael D. Kunha, the lower court judge, convicted all of them, and High Court released them, and the Supreme Court again convicted them.
I have a question here. Sorry to interrupt you. They have used a word called discharged, sir. It's not acquittal. The case itself did not happen. There was no trial conducted. So they said they are discharging it on the basis of no prima facie evidence.
Yeah, discharging, quashing, dismissing, relieving, all these are technical small tools. The thing is,
if they have further evidence, can the CBI not probe into the case and file a charge sheet again against Kejriwal?
That is where I am coming. That's where I am coming. They said that they are going for an appeal. Obviously, they will. But in the major difference between a trial court and other higher courts, only in the trial court you will have the petition, the affidavits, cross-examining witnesses, evidences, and arguments and counter arguments. All this in the higher courts, you will not be able to put forth any new document as your evidence. Only arguments will be there in the higher courts, whether it's a High Court or Supreme Court. So whatever the basic documents, evidence you have to give, that has to be given into the trial court itself. you cannot create or you cannot bring new documents, new evidences in the higher courts. One, you can challenge the trial court only on the basis of they have not applied their mind. We have already given this document. We have already shown this proof. We have submitted the evidence, but the trial court has not addressed it. Only in those area you can challenge them. If everything is addressed and the trial court is convinced that there is no proof at all, which is able to convince, they will obviously acquit all the accused. So I think CB has miserably failed in this case, and naturally this will be the up and thing for the opposition parties to challenge and encounter the central government. Yesterday itself, Mr. Stalin, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister and DMK Supremo, criticized the central government that they are using the agencies. And if you are aware, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, Congress Supremo, Congress leader, always used to blame the central government that they are misusing the agencies. So this will give a lead whether they are misusing it or not, whether the agents are independent or not. That's an entirely different question. But there will be a great space created because of these type of cases. You have seen the emotional drama by Mr. Arvind Kejriwal. He started crying and all, said that now I got free and all our 22 other friends are got free from this case. So there is no prima facie. That was the main thing. Even there is no prima facie, that will be
Sir, I'm
criticized.
surprised you use the word emotional drama.
But it is not emotional drama is not having any negative
He
sense.
was he was the person who was impacted. Will it not
Yes.
trigger emotions for him?
You are very well aware that I am not a master of English, but I can
No.
say that emotional drama is not having any negative or bad sense. The scene has been created. We all witnessed. So I called it. If at all it's wrong, I can very well take back. There's
No,
no issue
I
at all.
just thought you're criticizing it. Probably you
I think that emotional
emotional
drama is not
breakdowns
having any bad sense.
நீங்க drama சொன்னா
I think that emotional drama is not having any bad sense. So, but this will give you a great space, room to all the opposition parties to criticize the central government. Central government as well as the agencies should take extra care on framing this type of charges. People are asking Mr. Apau, the Speaker of Tamil Nadu Assembly, has raised the question: what happened to Chidambaram case? What happened to Karthik Chidambaram case? Lot of cases you are every time putting. There is no proof that if somebody joins your party or somebody joins your alliance, their case kept in cold storage. And other opposition parties' case, always they take their cases. Even now, very recently, you have seen that court has ordered to file a FIR on Mr. K. Nehru, who is a sitting minister in Tamil Nadu government. And obviously, they will also say DMK will say take the same point. That's what happened in Arvind Kejriwal case. Tomorrow, we are also going to be relieved from this case. So but these people are the BJP and central government people are just taking the political vendetta against us. So that will be the space created and room given. Obviously, the central government as well as the agency has to work on it.
So especially with before coming to Mr. Stalin's comments, I want to also quote Delhi Chief Minister Ms. Rekha Gupta, her comments that their evidences were forged or they were erased. She also mentioned that some mobile phones went missing. Is is this like a blatant cover up?
How she come to know all these things? It was a case of CBI. So
Yeah,
the agency should only know that. How Rekha Gupta, the chief minister of Delhi, come to know all these things.
that's
That's
where
one
that's
person.
where the question of political vendetta becomes more stronger, isn't it?
One part. Of course, a lot of things are there in public domain, so they may have some access. That's separate case, and of course, we have sources. Even journalists like us having sources, then the politicians also may have sources. One, if at all it is covered up, it is erased. The cell phones are missing. It is the duty of the CBI to put forth to the court. In the Sendil Balaji case, ex-minister of Tamil Nadu. They have clearly tagged and traced the emails and where it went from, where it came, who sent all those things, whose signature, and whether that gentleman, Mr. Sindhil Balaji, claimed that that particular gentleman was no way associated with him. But the CBA proven later that he was a personal assistant of Mr. Sindhil Balaji. So it is the duty of the investigating agency to prove all those allegations. Just like that, you cannot create an allegation and the responsibility of proving is lying with the CBI, no doubt. Only in POTA and Tata and POXO, the responsibility lies with the accused. In these type of cases, it is relying only on the CBI. If at all, Mr. Rekha Kuthav's statements are right, it is a duty of the CBI to look on all those things and prove in the court of law. So, if at all there is lagging, that's also a mistake. That's also a lagging. That's also a very pity thing to feel about.
I want to come to Mr. Stalin's comment, Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, with the cash for job scam on Mr. K. N. Nehru around the corner, and where ED has, continuously put pressure on the state government to file a charge sheet for them to come in, and because you need a basic FIR, and only then the ED would come in, and further investigations would happen. So that with those charges, will this judgment will not do you think this judgment will be propagated more in Tamil Nadu, and what will be the impact of this judgment in the upcoming elections?
This judgment will be a great tool to the opposition parties, including DMK, to propagate against central government. That is obvious one. But second point is, in the case against Mr. K. Nehru, there are a lot of proofs from the mobile phones of his close associates and aides. But you have to prove that all those aides and friends and assistants are whoever, they were working, they were doing all this on behalf of Mr. K. Nehru. Because we together are associated, my crime cannot influence you, and you cannot be charged for for my crime. So they need to prove that okay, there was a conspiracy and they together committed this crime. So there is of course there is a lot of proofs of transactions, of names, of phone numbers, of bank accounts, and the particular projects, and given issuing the tenders. A lot of things are there. Where we can, in prima facie, we can see that of course some crimes has been made out there. But whether those things are directly connected with Mr. K. Nehru, the sitting minister, that is going to be the challenge. Well, let us see how the EDs were going to work on that.
Sir, your general take before I move into politics, sir, on judiciary and the judicial process, because you're a person who has always voiced that we have to trust the system, and because at least we need to place our trust, unwavering trust on one system, and we have to believe that system. But do you really have a change of thought in that? What is your take on the judicial activities and probes? I want to raise this question in association with a recent article that in the 8th standard textbook of NCERT, there was a chapter called Corruption in Judiciary. Yeah. And they've banned and they've asked for removal of that. So it's what do you think about the current state of judiciary, sir?
Indian Supreme Court Chief Justice, Mr. Justice Suryakant, get offended by that article, that text lesson. So he suo moto took the case, and the CBSE board director apologized, and they said that they will remove it. That's the case. In the K. Nehru case or Arvind Kejriwal case, we have to understand the system. We have to believe the system, not blindly. Whether it's judiciary, whether it's a CBI, whether it's any agency, everything, we have to believe the system. No doubt. We have to believe the system. We can correct the system. We have to enhance the system. obviously we have to trust the system, not blindly. No action has to be done blindly. Everything we should there should be a debate, there should be a open forum to discuss everything black and white, and we have to evolve.
Sir, if
Our
that's the case,
constitution.
why should the NCRT board apologize? Because they have only quoted that
I'm coming there. I'm
1,600
coming.
complaints, such complaints have come on judges. So they are
I'm
only
coming there.
quoting instances.
I'm coming there. Our constitution had been at least not less than 100 times amended. So it is not a Bhagavad Gita where you cannot correct anything. It is created by us, the people of India, and it can be amended by us, people of India. Even the judiciary also, people will expect to be very transparent. That is, there is no surprise, and there is nothing wrong. In this case, it was a surprise for me also that why Supreme Court took it in suo moto. That was a surprise. But Supreme Court has a right. Court may think that this may defame, this may create distrust among the public. But what was written on that book, that has to be examined word by word. You cannot color and brush everything in a single stroke. That politicians are corrupt. Navayuga spiritual leaders are cheating, and judiciary is not up to the mark. You cannot brush in a general term. You have to go case by case. That is how the judicial system works. One person may be a habitual offender, but every other offense he has committed, the court has to examine each and everything separately. Just because he is a habitual offender, you cannot brush that. Okay, this thing also he may be committed, so we have to put him in jail. So the Supreme Court should have examined that particular subject, that text, word by word, and gone through that. And if at all anything objectionable in that particular term or word or text, they can ask them to remove, or they can even sue the central government and the challenge, because contempt of court cannot be taken granted. There is an exclusive rights given to the courts. There is exclusive immunity given to the court. Only with that immunity, there will not be any political threats and blackmailing of transfer, shifting, terminating, and all those things. So that is why they have given the immunity to the judiciary. But that has to be, as judicial jurisprudence says every other time. The justice has to be delivered. Not only that, that has to be proven and shown that only the justice has been delivered. So that's the duty of the judiciary to reach the public, that we are very transparent, we are open, we are ready for the criticism also, and we all know we can criticize the judgments. We cannot put any intention to the judge.
Sure.
That is where the difference comes. You can criticize any judgment. Criticizing that judgment is the only thing where, only because you are criticizing a judgment, you are going for an appeal. No, you are not satisfied with the lower court's judgment. So you are criticizing it that judge has not applied the ban. Only then you are going for the appeal. So you can criticize the judgment, but you cannot
Do you
blame
think,
the judge.
in case of
Yeah.
appeals, sir, in case of appeals, sorry to cut you in case of appeals, where let's take the example of Ms. J. Jayalalitha. It's a very interesting and very very high profile case. So the lower court has very very categorically given the judgment. It was a very detailed judgment, which was stricken down by the Karnataka High Court in a single page judgment. And as you rightly mentioned, the same was upheld. The lower court's judgment was upheld by the Supreme Court. Now, the immunity that is enjoyed by the judges, is that being taken very, very casually? And is that preventing the probe into the cases of certain judges, for which the reasons might be anything we may not know?
To answer your question, you have to understand the judiciary system, which is very complicated. It is not an easy one, and I will not be able to explain in a minute. As I said, the court procedure has a formality, has a formula. Only through that you can go for an appeal. There is something called SLP. There is something called public interest litigations. There is something called appeal. There is something called curative petition. There is something called writ, and there is a lot of procedures are there. How you can file a writ, when you can file a writ. Lot of things are there, and the law is same throughout India. but the judges are not same.
Interpretation.
And
Yeah.
and the law encourages and entertains the interpretations of the particular judge. So that encourages and entertains, and that is the law, that is the constitution. It is not their own wish and whims. They are going according the law, and they enjoy the right. Just because one judge sees that there is no crime made out, you cannot make that judge as a criminal one. He has the right, justice has the right to interpret on that way. The viewpoint may differ. That is where we are having single judge, two judge bench, and the constitutional bench of three judges, five judges, seven judges, nine. Why? They are all aware that opinion may differ. In Ayodhya case, there was unanimous judgment. All the five judges in the Supreme Court unanimously ordered the judgment. In the Jammu Kashmir 370 application case, there was a difference between judge. So, do you think that few of the judges are honest and the other judges are not honest? You have to understand the same bench, in the same case. When everyone argued the case, yeah, all the same, all the judges listened to hear that in the same bench, the same day, but they differed on their judgments. Does it mean that few are corrupted and few are honest? No. Opinion differs. The constitution agrees and accepts and appreciates that there can be a difference, and that is how we have to work. Just because you differ from Justice Kumar Sami of High Court differ from your opinion of Michael T. Gunha, then you cannot put him in a frame and all. So it is your duty. It's the agency's duty to prove the case. Opinion differs, and the point of view differs, which is completely appreciated by the Constitution. You cannot blame the judges for that.
Thank you for the detailed clarification, sir. Appreciate it. I want to slightly move into politics, Tamil Nadu politics. We saw a very, very surprising move in this Tamil Nadu politics today, where the once three times chief minister or three times chief minister of Tamil Nadu, who was a once AIADMK, party's senior leader, Mr. O. Selvam,
He was the convener also. He was the treasurer also.
he was a convener. He was part of when the party had double leaders, or two-faced leaders. He was one of them, and he was appreciated, and he won the trust of Ms. J. Jayalalitha not once but thrice, and he was appreciated as Bharathan by her own words. He merged himself, or he joined the DMK.
One thing, Ms. Jayalalitha appointed him as a chief minister twice. It was Mrs. Sashikala who appointed her for the third time. I'm surprised that you got surprised of this move, and politics is all about surprises. The Indie alliance itself is a surprise. Mamata Banerjee, all along her career, opposed Communist and Congress. And now she is in alliance with Indie. She is in part of India Alliance. And in Tamil Nadu, Congress and Communists are opposing each other. Supporting each other. In Kerala, just adjacent, you know the geography of Thiruvananthapuram and Kanyakumari, the next districts. In Thiruvananthapuram, they are enemies, Congress and Communists. In Kanyakumari, the next district, they are friends in Tamil Nadu, Congress and Communists.
Alliance strategies and all, DMK and BJP has formed alliance. BJP's
Yeah, that is
job is to criticize BJP. But
parties are run by politicians. If you see any surprise of party, that means the politicians are surprising you. That's the thing. Whether it's a party or the person,
this surprise is very different. The reason I want to say why it's different. First thing is the trust Ms. J. Jayalalitha had on Mr. O. Selvam, and the way O. Selvam looked at Ms. J. Jayalalitha as his own mentor, as as a very tall leader, as no words other than Amma, and he merged into a party that has treated her, abused her, and targeted her politically.
You can ask what will be the you can ask what will be the impact. You cannot dig into why he joined. Politics, politicians are opportunities. Every other politician, as you rightly said, DMK and BJP was also in tie-up. So every other political leader will have a understanding. They will work on whatever suits them. So you cannot criticize them for that. Of course, you vote them or don't vote them. That's your interest. That's your choice. But politicians are always self-centered. They will always work on what they want. I don't feel any surprise, any wow, how it can happen. Everything will happen. You need not to surprise.
Even
Whether
you didn't predict this, did you?
yeah, why should I see
No, just
Mr.
actually I'm
Choram,
asking this. Like,
Mr. Cho
did you ever
Ramaswamy?
think that this
I'm
would
answering.
happen?
I'm answering you. Mr. Cho Ramaswamy, the senior most political analyst and journalist of Tamil Nadu, used to say, "You cannot underestimate the politicians. If at all you think that they won't do this, they will do. If you think that how someone can do like this, they will do." So politics is all about surprises. I am not surprised about that. Of course, I have not expected this, but I'm not surprised. I am nobody to expect or feeling surprised and comment on that. But whether this going to help each other, complement each other, Mr. O. Pannirselvam and Stalin, I don't think this is going to complement them.
I want to phrase
Uh,
my question there differently. You ask me, like, you can ask what is the impact, but don't ask why he did, right? I want to ask the impact, but not to the opposition or to the AIADMK, or not about the benefits of what DMK is going to get by this merger, or by him joining. I want to ask this question slightly different. What will happen to DMK? What will happen to the cadres of DMK in the region of Theni, Kambam, and all those adjoining regions?
the DMK will win in the perceptional war. It will create an advantage that okay, DMDK is joining, Mr. Opernishwaram is merging with the party, and these sort of happenings will give a political mileage advantage, perceptional wise, to the DMK. In other way, DMK, the original base DMK cadres and leaders will feel
Cheated?
cheated.
Yeah.
Yeah. The two cases happening inside the DMK. One, every other district has their own dynasty politics in that party. It is not only in the top, Mr. Stalin, Mr. Karnanidhi, Mr. Stalin, Mr. Udayinidhi, Mr. Indranithi, like that. The dynasty has created district-wise. Every other minister and district secretaries of DMK, currently in whether it's Dindikal, in Vilpuram, in Tiruvannamalai, everywhere. Every other DMK functionaries, top functionaries, they started bringing their own relatives, especially sons. So that will create an humiliation, that will create give a negative impact to the cadres who may aspire to be a leader or to contest in the elections, forthcoming elections. They will seriously feel bad that we are losing our chances, and obviously the minister is contesting, his son will be contesting, so two seats gone to one family, and we will not be able to position to contest the
Constantly.
election.
Mm. Yeah.
So, and in one point is that, and another point is, if the other party leaders, like ADMK leaders, coming into DMK and getting the plum seats and important positions and berths in ministry as well as the party, obviously the basic uh, leaders from day one being in DMK, they also will feel cheated. That you might be aware, in this current cabinet of DMK, around 35 ministers are there. Almost 13 to 14 ministers were from ADMK.
Yeah.
So almost nearby half, more than 40%. So obviously, DMK functionaries and top leaders will feel humiliated that only when we quit the party and join back, they may realize us, they may know the power. So if at all you are loyal to this party, there won't be any appreciation. That sort of thought may come to their mind. So that is why, even being in the power for the past 5 years, even giving all sort of freebies to the public, the DMK government is need of lot more alliances and party leaders, because even after of 5 years of government, as they claim that's a best ever government, they are not satisfied the common man. They are not satisfied their own party man. That is where they are lagging. I think these sort of things, Mr. OPS merging into ADMK, and if at all he gets a plum post in future, the DMK functionaries and the top brass and the higher leaders may feel embarrassed.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for taking time and talking to us. We'll meet with yet another interesting discussion in the subsequent weeks.